You guessed it. Oh my god, hi, Shanti Teg. I hope you are all doing so good. Disclaimer, I cuss like a sailor in a very loving and endearing way. So if that's not a match for you, keep by. If it is, welcome, love to the bitch squad. Hi. Also, disclaimer, I am a professional, right? But I mean, like, who am I really, right? And you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, go watch slash listen to who even are you? Okay, so but I have the credentials in so many different healing arts modalities that, honey, I am a professional. So I wanted to share a little bit about myself, what I've been going, some stuff in my life. And also, there's no like coinky dinks, meaning like if you're hearing this, you're potentially going or watching this, you're potentially going through something very similar. It will ring a bell, something of that sort, right? All right, so who here has had tumultuous relationships with others? Ta-da! Yeah, dude. Yes. I mean, welcome, right? So there's that little piece. And one of the things that I've been really working on in my own life, because, honey, I tell you what, if you are a professional and you're not walking the talk, meaning like you offer a service that you don't participate in yourself, that is a missed step. So I am a practitioner that participates in this work guided by others, all right? Like I am often the client, and it's so important. And this is call to action for me to spend more time as a client. But one of the things that I've been really being with in my own life is, that one little stinky thirds. And if you haven't learned about the thirds, go back and listen, honey. Although now that I say that, have I even done an episode about the thirds? Like, who even am I right now? What am I doing? What time is it? Bitch said, hang up. Okay, cheers. Let's wet the whistle. Have a little mommy. All right, the sticky little 1/3 motherfuckers who are not into me. All right, so the thirds is a reminder. 1/3 of the population within your field, in your scene, will love you. But another third could give two fucks. You're like meh, and then that last third are just actively like super not into your ass. Okay, and that's just part of the game here on this planet. The rule of thirds comes up often in nature. Yeah, and if you know, you know, and if you don't, that's a really fun kind of sacred geometry rabbit hole to go down. Okay, it's really fascinating when we're working with the number 3 and how we see it in nature. And the rule of thirds, like we're talking about now, even those stinky bits, right? It's just that's a part of natural order on this planet as this being. Okay. And one of the things is, okay, if I know this, if I understand the concept of this, what's my experience and behavior when I'm face to face with that 1/3 who are fucking stinkers, right? That are just like actively not into me, right? The relationship's tumultuous, like shit's fucking weird. Can I just be with that? Right? Can I hold the pose? In Kundalini Yoga, we often talk about holding the pose because we might be like this, honey, for 62 minutes, or like this, or whatever, and some really wacky, massively beneficial posture for a super fucking long time. And it's both torturous and exquisite, right? Because you then kind of like, you just massively upgrade, massive ascension. Okay, it's one of the reasons why we do that, but that's a whole other conversation, right? But what I'm getting at is like, can I just be uncomfortable? Can I just be uncomfortable? I full well know about the law of thirds. Can I just be with it? Instead of trying to change it, wishing the other person would change, trying to get the other person to change, wondering if there's something I did wrong, me changing and contorting my behavior in order to like shift the relationship or shift the circumstance with this person. Right. So, that's big stuff. And it's coming up in my life currently. And so I've been going deeper into the practice of like, can I just like be all right with this relationship not being that cool? Because contorting my behavior in order to make it cool, that's not going to get me anywhere, because that's called people pleasing. All right. And I'm not going to do that shit. And neither should you. Okay. No more like fucking around with people pleasing. Okay. Because you're living a fucking lie. And that's not going to get you where you want to go, number one, and where you planned to go, what you signed up for in this particular life. All right. All right. It's not going to get you there. So my question to you is, think of has the 1/3 identified themselves to you? All right. And if they haven't, that means you're not risking enough. That means you're not playing big enough, right? And so the bigger you play the game, and I'm starting to play my game bigger, right? I'm out here, I'm getting seen, I'm on fucking stage, all different types of stages, right? My ass is getting seen. Which means that, that those thirds, all of the thirds are going to get louder. And so, so many of us will avoid and play it small to avoid those thirds. Even if it's not like a concept that you understand or even heard of when it comes to the thirds, you know what it's like to, number one, have focus on you. And that's pressure. I don't want the pressure. I don't want the stress and the pressure of people being focused on me, right? For good, bad, whatever the reason of the point of focus is, right? All eyes on you. I'm afraid of responsibility, oh my gosh, if I said one thing, people are counting on me like, commitment issues, right? There's that. And then, this is like such a huge unpack, but these are, some of the things that I'm going through is just like, can I up level and handle the pressure of more responsibility? Fuck yeah, I can, and I'm doing it, right? Doesn't mean it's fucking comfortable, right? I'm holding my arms up in the fucking air for 62 minutes without dropping them, like, right? Like, ow. But then afterwards, and then you fucking upgrade, then you fucking up level. It's real time magic, all right? So that's what I've been kind of in, and I still find myself kind of like doing the shuffle of like, is there more that I can do? What else? And that's I was just talking to a really close friend of mine who is one of my yogic sisters, my yogic sister wife. Shout out to you, Suzanne. Love you so much. And sometimes I'll find myself, and I've always done this since I was incarnated in this life and potentially in other lives. And this is probably, a result of some other shit that went down in a different lifetime. Who knows? But I'll find myself kind of like panicking, like, did I do enough? Where did I fuck up? What do I need to make up for? And I'll kind of like go through the list, and oh my god, what, did I do enough? Oh my god. I'll find myself in these spaces, and I just take a breath, and not just breath. I mean, sometimes taking a breath will kind of like shift just enough for me to just be present and just be with it, hold the pose of being uncomfortable, right? And then the more I hold the pose of being uncomfortable, the more I up level, and the easier it is to hold the pose, right? The longer I hold my arms up in the air, the more times I show up to holding my arms in the air, or whatever it is, right? If you know, you know. The easier it is. I'm developing a muscle for it, right? I'm training for it. It's a training. I'm training my muscle memory. It's what you do, okay? But oftentimes I just really need to go into like the emotional release work, right? The systematic emotional expression techniques in order to kind of like clean the slate, rework the foundation, have the sturdy foundation that's required for me to even just be in the moment and hold the pose of like, can I just be okay with the fact that like this shit isn't okay? And there's another episode I did this wonderful, it's just like, it's okay to not be okay. Can we hold the pose of that, knowing full well that these 1/3s, the law of thirds, the rule of three, power of three, is a part of this life experience, a part of natural law. And I think when we can just be with that, then we can allow ourselves to have a deeper and richer experience with the fuck yes third, right? And then the meh third, right? Meh is actually brilliant because it can kind of take some of the pressure off, right? And the celebratory third, where people are just fucking in love with you, you're in love with you, all the things, right? That's beautiful too, but you're not going to really reap the rewards if you can't be present with that other stinker, right? We want to be present with all of it. Yeah, do you smell what I'm stepping in? So that's me. That's me. And I just appreciate this community so much. Y'all mean so fucking much to me. Like, legit. All right? Love to the fucking bitch squad. So much love. All right, let me know how y'all are, how all this is landing with you. Okay, so much love. Mwah.